Okay, so it is 9:01, and in the interest of keeping on time, we'll start with our webinar. I'm Gina LaValle, and I'm going to do the disclaimer that I always do when I do anything for Facebook or social media. I want everyone to know I am not an expert, but as we all learn with network marketing, when you first start in your business, there's a lot of things you don't know, and the idea is to keep learning and learning and learning until there's a lot of things you do know. And that's basically what I have done with just about everything that I've learned. I always say that Synergy Worldwide has been the best school in the world for me for business because you push yourself to get out of your comfort zone, and you push yourself to learn the things that maybe you wouldn't be learning. At the age of 56, I do know a lot about social media, but it's because I'm curious about it because I know it's going to help my business grow. So that's basically what we're going to be showing today is how you can learn and then how that learning can help your business grow. So I just wanted to show you guys really quick what my reference was as I was preparing for this webinar today. I just Googled Facebook 101 and went to the video section. So if you look right here where this says videos, that's basically just where you would click to after you type in Facebook 101 in the Google search, or whatever search that you're doing. And then all of these come up. My suggestion to you is look for ones that either are not as old as 2010, because Facebook is changing all the time. Here's one for 2016. And then once you filter out, the ones that are a little more relevant, then look at the ones that have the most views, because the ones that have the most views probably are the ones that are most helpful. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And because I see that you've got one for 2015, you got one for 2016, and you got one for 2017 in your screen.
Right. And you got to just, obviously, scroll down, you're going to see a million of them. And I would suggest looking for the ones that come up on the Google search, because with they're coming up on the first page of the Google search, they're most likely helpful. If you go to YouTube itself, you're just going to be overwhelmed with what is out there. There's so much out there for Facebook information, and some of it's good, some of it could be good, but you can't understand the people. But most likely you'll find some value in this at taking this avenue. I wanted to ask really quick though, Dan, is there a way for people to raise their hands?
No, but they can type a question into the chat box.
Okay, so I'm wondering if everybody could let me know how many of you actually have a Facebook account. Just the Facebook account. Homer says me. If you're Dan, would you explain where the chat box is? Yeah, Judy's had several. I do. Willa says hi, Willa. Okay, well, it looks like everybody has the basics of the Facebook account, so I'm not going to go too much into the personal account, but I think one of the hardest learning curves about Facebook is knowing the verbiage. That funny commercial that they had that one time that was, I'm going to unfriend you, or she said, look at all the pictures on my wall, and she's just had a bunch of pictures on her wall. It's a new language basically, and I think that was the hardest thing for me, A, to learn, and then B, actually then implement and teach to people that I knew. And here's a video playing already. So I want to let you guys I'm going to walk you through please ask questions as we go along. I don't want you to think that this is a static video that you can't ask questions for. This is my personal page. So when I click on this Gene right up here, it takes me to my personal page. That takes me to everything that I've put on the internet. Everything here I've shared or I've put out as part of my contribution, if you will, to the world. And I know a lot of people think that that really is a thing, but these are the things that I put out. When you have a personal profile, this is what they're talking about. When you actually go to this home right here, I don't know where any of this stuff is. When you go to this home, now where you're going is to, this is your news feed. So this is what you see, what not only what you put up, but what everybody else that you're friends with, or the pages that you like, what they're doing today or whatever, whatever they're saying. This is where you see it in your news feed. Here's another place right here where you can see your news feed. You can click right here for your news feed, so you get the same thing. Okay, so I think everybody has a pretty clear understanding of what this is, and I apologize if there's anyone on the call who is, bored right now, but I would like to have this webinar be a feeder into something that's coming in a couple of weeks. We're going to have somebody who is much more adept at social media than I am, but she's going to be talking about higher level stuff, and I just need to make sure that everybody that's getting on that webinar has a clear understanding of the basics before we move into anything. She's going to be talking about Facebook Live and doing that video, and how to then market that video through email marketing. So it's going to be a little bit deeper dive, so please stick with me as we go through some more of this remedial stuff. So I think what's really important, once you have your profile page up, I cannot stress enough that if you start selling on your Facebook page, Facebook will tag you. Facebook doesn't want you, that when I say they'll tag you, that they're watching you then. And that they won't tell you anything. You just won't be in anyone else's newsfeed. They want you to get a page. They want you to have a business page or be in a group. But I'm not getting into groups today. If you don't have a page, but you're just marketing from a personal, your personal profile, that's not good. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is, maybe, I don't know I really don't know what level you guys are at. So if you have a page, bear with me, but I'm going to walk people through how to create a page for your business. And please, if anybody has any comments or wants to jump in, I'm sure it has to get really boring just listening to me. So, yeah, Judy, I know you know more than I do about this, so you probably could do this webinar with your eyes shut. But here's Tammy's page. This is Tammy's, and she's cardiovascular wellness in Tampa. So we did another webinar a while back talking about how to schedule your posts in these, but we're not going to get into this. I just want to give you guys the basics of setting up a page. Can you guys go in the chat box and let me know, do all of you have pages, business pages? Judy, how many business pages do you have? Is everybody muted?
Oh, yeah, I was muted. So I don't know how many pages I have. I have 3 that are active that I really try to post on a regular basis.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to, is the time suck and really systemizing how you're going to basically market and add value. And so we'll get into adding value in a quick minute. So it looks like
so Noel has one. Will is not sure if she has one. So
this is Tracy. I have one, but it gets stuck in like a place that I'm not sure how to manage it. So I have a business page, but I have a hard time managing it.
Okay, that's a really good question. I write that down. So let's just look really quick into setting it up for the people who don't have this. The easiest thing for me is I always go to my home, because this little menu on the side here, on the left side of the page, gives you all the options that you need. So when I go to pages and click on the pages, it takes me to all my pages that I manage, and it tells me who's looking at what. So, but up here you'll notice it says create a page.
Hey, Gene, this is Homer. How did you get there? Where was that?
Okay. So when you're at your, oh, there's somebody doing FaceTime Live. That's so funny. When you're here, when you're at your home, Homer,
Yes.
now come over here to this row. You see where it's highlighting on the left side of the page?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now go to pages.
Oh, I never known that. Wow. Okay. Thank you so
You know
much.
what? I'm happy to hear that you've never known that, because I was really worried when I was putting this together. It's like, am I going to be just like talking like I think people already know all this? That makes me feel good, actually. So yeah, so this is where we're at now. We're at pages, and then you can create a page. When you click on create a page, hopefully it's going to move. Then they're going to ask you just to pick one of these categories. I always suggest that you do a brand or product if you're talking about synergy products. I mean, you're not really a local business or a place. You don't have a brick and mortar. Unless you do have a brick and mortar, then of course that would be appropriate. Somebody have a question?
But see, I think this is where I get mine is stuck in.
Okay, what is the name of your page? We'll look at yours in 1 second. Let me go through this first. And obviously I'm not going to create another page, but once you do that, then you have to choose a category. So I believe there's health in here someplace, or I can't remember, but you guys... You
just went past it. It's health and beauty. It's after games and toys, right there.
There you go. And then you click get started. And then it's just a matter of putting pictures in, and we could do another webinar, and I could show you guys, really walk you through how to put those pictures in. I know Dan has a website that actually will size the pictures for you, because sometimes when you put pictures up, they don't size correctly. But without having to walk you guys all through this, now does anybody have any questions about setting up a Facebook page?
Good.
I've done that correctly.
Yeah, you did this, right?
I've done that part.
Okay. So, so once your Facebook page is set up, so this is going to be good, Tracy, because if you give me your page name, then let's see if we can get to it.
It's nutrition for the heart. Right there.
Okay, so this is what I see because it's not mine. So when you go to it, you see something different.
When I go to it, it's in the place where it is managing, or has all the graphs of who's seen it, or I don't know how to get back out of it.
Okay, here. This is what I'll do then. I'll open another Facebook page and show you ours. Is it cardiovascular wellness group or just cardio wellness, Judy? Oh, here we go.
Vascular, yeah.
Okay, so this is a page that okay, so this is what I see. So when you manage a page, this is what you see. Okay?
Okay.
So when I'm visiting a page, this is what I see. So it doesn't have all what you're saying, the analytics and everything on it. So an easy way for you to see, so when I click here, Do you see all this drop down where you can do a million different things? If you haven't invited all your friends, please invite all your friends. It's an easy thing for them just to like your page. You can view your insights, edit the page info. What I always like to do is view the page as a visitor. So now I get to see what everybody else sees when they come to my page.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. So now I get to see this now. In order for me to go back and switch back. See up here where it says I'm going to switch back?
Okay.
And I can see just the administrator's view of this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's all your tools as you come down here, your post reaches, and then all your, after that, everything that you've posted in the group. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Anybody have any questions about that, about pages?
Yeah, I just, that was a useful information. So go through that again. It looks like you hover over those 3 dots and you get a drop-down menu.
Well, yeah, you have to click it.
Okay.
And then, now this is the drop-down menu because we're looking at this page. Oh, no, this is the...
Oh, okay. No, switch back to the page that you view. Okay. All right. And then when you click on the 3 dots, that gives you your menu.
Yeah, I don't know why this isn't giving it to me. I gotta refresh the page. Here you go.
Got it.
Edit the page info, view insights, view as page visitor, suggest a page, create an ad, create an event, create a group. So, and we'll talk a little bit about groups just because we have tons of extra time. Ads manager, so if you want to do any kind of ads, create a page, so if you want to create another page. Right now I have it pinned to my shortcuts because I come here often, so I can pin and unpin that. Then you can like it as your page. I mean, it's really just all this lingo of, I like it as a page, I like it as a group. Invite friends is another really, like I said, you should be inviting all your friends. And if you invite friends and they don't like it, it doesn't mean that they're ignoring you. It's just a lot of people don't understand Facebook, so they don't really understand what you're asking them to do. So I would say, wait about 2 or 3 months, and then any of your friends who still don't like the page, go back and invite them again. It's a simple thing. They can ignore you or they can just do it, but it's something to keep in touch with or keep on top of so that people will keep you top of mind. And then create...
Timothy coming in?
I'm sorry?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned to invite your friends, but be careful. You can only invite up to 52 at one time, or Facebook will block you for 4 or 5 days. So
Yeah,
while you're inviting your friends, don't go over 50.
I think you're talking about tagging people. Tagging people is different than inviting people.
If you invite people over 50, Facebook will block you for 4 days. Take it from me, please.
So I've only heard that for tagging people, but I've invited hundreds of friends to like all my pages, and they've never said anything to me. So I had heard that about tagging. And does everybody know what tagging is? And hashtagging?
No.
Okay, so when I want to tag somebody, so there's 2 kinds of taggings. I can tag somebody in a post, or I can tag somebody in a picture. So if I wanted to make sure Judy saw this, I would say, Judy, why isn't it working now? Of course now it's not working.
I don't know. That's weird.
Of course. Of course it's not working right now, right?
It always works. It works when I don't want it to work.
I know, right? Let's see if I... This is nutty. Maybe the Zoom is doing something to it. I don't know.
Maybe.
That's real. Or you can always tag down here. You can always say, I'm with Judy Feldhausen. Now it came up. Oh, you know what? Sometimes I do at Judy if it doesn't do it. Yeah. So at does it too.
And one of the hints that I really like is that you can back up after the name and take out the last name.
Yeah, that's another trick too, so you don't look so formal.
Right.
So Judy is still tagged even though her last name isn't there, and I can tell she's still tagged because of the highlight.
And now that's going to come up on my wall also. So all my friends will see this note from Jean.
Okay.
Oh, I said today twice.
Yeah. So especially if you're doing things together, like when Jean and I go to places together, do an event together, and we post pictures, we always tag each other so that our mutual friends is actually going to see it twice.
Mm-hmm. And always, you know, if you're someplace and you're, say you guys are at a vendor show and you're going to post a picture of yourself standing in front of your vendor table or something like that, I would not only tag the people that you're with and the event that you're doing, so if they have a page, and also the place that you're at. What that does is that now anybody who is looking for some of the people that you're with, or somebody who is looking at the page for the venue that you're at, or somebody who's looking at the event that you did, your picture and your information is going to come up where they're at. The idea for Facebook is not so that you can let everybody know your political opinions, please. The idea of Facebook for us and for our intents and purposes is to be the face of your business and to reach as many people as possible. You know, I've been working with Dan for, oh gosh, Dan, 7 years? 8 years? 7 years. 7 years. And, you know, the first time Dan said to me, you know, when we talked in Team 6 about branding, I had no idea what he was talking about. But now I realize this is so important. When you're in Facebook and you're branding yourself to whatever your beliefs are. So if you're out, you know, posting pictures of the, you know, McDonald's lunch that you just had, and then the next post is, you know, I can help you take care of your health. You're not branding in a consistent way. Dan, do you want to talk about that for just 1 second? I know it's a little bit off Facebook, but it does speak to the content.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely correct. You're either branding yourself in a positive way or you're branding yourself in a negative way. And people just need to understand, especially on Facebook, because it is a social environment. You leave a history of what you're doing on your Facebook, just like you leave a history of how you treat people. And so you need to look at Facebook in the same way. If you're going to really want to demonstrate your passion for health, then you want to make sure that the things that you post up and that you provide for people are going to help them improve your health and help them see you as an expert on a person who can help you do that. And, you know, I've got friends who, you know, I certainly have political beliefs, but I keep those political beliefs to myself. I don't post them up on social media places. I don't make comments on them. Certainly if I'm engaged with a person in a conversation on one-on-one, and we get into that, I most certainly will share my beliefs in that. But up on the social media platform, you need to just be neutral, because your mission, you know, you can do that on maybe your personal page, but on your business page, your mission is what your business page is all about. And if your mission is to bless lives with better health as you build a vibrant network marketing business, or whatever your mission statement is, then you need to make sure that everything that you do that is seen socially is all going to be promoting that mission. And that also means don't bash the medical community. Don't bash pharma. But what you want to do is, if you want to help people understand that pharma is not doing their job, then you find articles that would represent what the maybe like for a certain type of one of the problems that pharma has is drugs always cause some type of problem for people. There's always some type of side effect. So instead of bashing pharma for their drugs, find an article that talks about the side effects of modern day drugs and what it's done to people, and post that as a way of helping people that there is an alternative to this whole process. So again, you just need to be careful in terms of how you put things up so that you're branding yourself in a positive way that reflects your mission statement so that people will see you as an expert and want to follow you and learn from what you're sharing with them. That was a long answer to a question.
I really liked it, though.
Yeah, and Dan, what you say about your timeline is really a history. It stays there forever. And I know that I have gotten new friends, and they will repost something that I said or did a year or so previously, because people are looking at your comments and your posts and everything that's on your wall. So if there is something there that you aren't really proud of, you can go back in and delete that post so that it's no longer visible to your wall. Because you're right, what we say and do on Facebook, it's there forever, and it shows your brand. I have people commenting all the time. They don't comment on Facebook, but they comment to me when they see me. Oh, I really agree with you on what you said, or that was an interesting comment you made, or a picture that you posted. So I get a lot of my comments to my face, not on my wall, but people are looking.
Well, Judy, you bring up a really important point, and I want people to understand this. And this is just human nature. If you do something positive, maybe you'll get one or two comments. If you do something negative, I can guarantee you're going to get 10 times the number of comments back. So for whatever reason, people dwell on the negatives rather than the positives. Just think of your day. You can do 10 positive things, but if you do one negative thing, that usually is what haunts you for the rest of the day and keeps your mind engaged in that negative aspect of what either happened to you or what you did negatively to someone else, as opposed to all the positive things. So you just need to keep that understanding, is that for whatever reason, our society is focused on the negatives more than they are focused on the positives.
That's
right.
funny you say that, Dan, because it was one of the comments I was going to make when you said about posting. It's a great idea, you guys. Find the articles, educate yourself, and then share what you think is what you like about the article. But I think that I was going to say that when you're posting it, it's so much more positive to say, this is the reason I take Pro-Arginine Plus, if you put an article up on blood pressure and blood pressure drugs or something like that. Something positive rather than saying, can you believe these idiots are still making these drugs? I mean, that's very combative,
Right.
And always comment on the article. Don't just post an article. Say something about it.
Yes.
Now, two things. Timothy, we understand your comment with regards to the 52 friends at one time. And then Willa put up she's got 3 questions. So I don't know if Willa, if you want to unmute yourself and ask Jean your questions.
Okay, thank you. I'm very, very new to this, so I'm extremely grateful to be a part of this chat. For this presentation, but 3 questions just came to mind as you guys are talking, and one is when you're developing a page name, something like this just occurred to me, Elite Health with Willa, or would you have a separate page for each product type, like something for energy and something for cardiovascular health and something for the purified?
I think go ahead, Judy.
Yeah, so if I could comment, because I do have a lot of pages, it's better to have a page than to have to post on all different pages on a basis.
It's better to just have one page. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, just have one page and Elite Health with Willa. So now you can talk about, you know, all different kinds of product, all different types of health. You're going to get a much wider audience. If you have a page for a product, just don't have a lot of pages for a lot of products, because it's going to just hurt you and keep you tied to Facebook. At least that's my opinion.
Well,
what did you think?
The more likes you have, the more visible you become to the people that like you. So if Facebook sees that you're active and that people are engaging with you, that you'll be seen in more places. So that goes back to managing too. What I would suggest to you, Willa, is instead of having a bunch of pages, designate different days to different topics. So if you want to have like a Circulation Friday or something like that, where you post up, well, today at Elite Health with Willa, we'll be talking about heart disease, and every day do something different so that you keep yourself. And like I said, we'll have another webinar where we'll talk about posting or scheduling posts, so then you can get all that done at the beginning of the week. It can become such a ridiculous time suck if you're not really careful with how much time you're spending on social media. And this is just Facebook, guys. I mean, it is exploding in so many other places too that, we probably could have a webinar once a day until Christmas. All the things that I'm learning, all the things that are out there, and all the different ways that you can really advertise for very little money.
And can I say something about the branding?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm guilty. I used to be guilty for just going on and just blasting my opinions about everything.
Everybody's been there, Homer. Everybody has started that way.
and it takes time. I just want everybody to know it takes time to get your good views out there, and to change people's perspective towards you. And I just want to let people know it does take time, and you just can't go one day and erase something, And also, I'd like to say something about people blend between pages. People on your private page could be in your business page. And so certain things that you say over there sometimes cross into the other. So you really have to be careful and watch what you're doing.
Yeah, they can find, here's Judy's email right here. So yeah, all the information about your page that people will be able to find the fact that you have this page. So it isn't directly connected to your other Facebook, to your Facebook profile, to the outside people. Obviously it is connected because you can create a page without a Facebook profile, but it is a lot harder. It took me a long time to figure that out, and I did it once, and I can't even tell you where that page is now. I never go to it. But you have your the one thing I want you guys to walk away with knowing is that you have your personal profile. This is my personal profile. Then you have your wall, which is home, and this is where you see all the other things that all the other people you know are doing, and it comes up on your wall. And then you'll have your page, and my page is in my shortcuts right here. But again, if I go down to pages right here and click on that, that brings up all my pages, and I can manage them all from here. Willie, you had a couple other questions.
Yeah, so how do you know if you're blocked, if you've been blocked? Because I have not had a business page, so anything that I've talked about synergy-wise is on my personal. How do I know if I've been blocked?
That's a really good question. Maybe Judy has a better answer for you, but I would say just if you can look on some of your friends' pages after you post and see if you showed up. Ask your friends to look, not you look. Because I really don't know the answer to that question.
You will get a notice, but the problem is that Facebook decides who's going to see your stuff, and there's no way for you to figure that out. So you may not be blocked, but your stuff may not appear on other people's walls. And if I had the answer to that, I'd probably be a millionaire.
Okay.
Yeah, or you would be having dinner with Mark Zuckerberg every once in a while.
Right.
I think it's like 10 people in the beginning when you post something in your personal thing, and then people that like it, those are the people that the future posts go to. So
but they always don't. If I can post on my business page, and I have over 1,000 people, and it'll show that 5 people see it.
Wow.
And it has to be at the right time and the right feed. And I mean, you miss a lot. And unless you spend a lot of time on social media, you can miss a lot. And that's why you search for certain individuals. So I know Judy's out in Denver and I want to see her pictures. I'll just go to Judy's page and see what she posted. So that's as simple as typing in the Facebook search Judy Feldhausen.
And another thing is, you can designate what you want to see first on your feed. So you have the option of looking at the most recent posts or the most relevant posts. And Facebook decides for you which are most relevant for you based on your interaction with the people that are your friends. So if you don't comment on a friend's stuff, if you don't like it, if you don't comment it, those posts will not show up on your wall any longer.
It's complicated, you guys, and I think even the experts are a little bit confused about really what people see. The important thing and what the purpose of this webinar is for you guys to get the basic understanding, use the video and audio tools that you have available to you, which is really kind of cool. When she talks about Facebook Live in a couple of weeks, it's a Wednesday night. Dan, what's that date again, the 27th?
Yes, that's correct. Wednesday the 27th, and the time is at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. When we'll send out a special invitation for that.
Oh, thank you. So if you look right here, I was going to show you guys, this is what she's going to be talking about, live video. It's not letting me write on it. Okay, what's happening? You see where it says live video right there? You're going to be clicking on that and going live. So what I did with this gal, and she's very reasonably priced, was what I did with this gal was I joined her little challenge or whatever, and it really was to go on live, and it's not as scary as you think because she has a private group where you can just do your Facebook Live into that group. So when you're doing it, you're just kind of, really fooling around. What I would love is for us to have our own little group where, our little team here could be doing Facebook Live and taking the challenges, because she also shows you how to basically do a radio broadcast from your page where it's just your voice and it's not your face. I thought that was much easier. You also become a lot more aware of your voice when you're listening back to your own voice and how you're coming across to people. So we did those two things. We did probably about 5, it was just 1 week, about 5 different videos. But what is going to be really interesting is that she has a way for us then to take the things that we created in her class and use them for email marketing, which I think is really, I always thought that email marketing was dead, but she said it's still the king, that is the way that you're going to grow your business is through email marketing. So she has a lot of really good insights about that kind of stuff. So Willie, you said you had 3 questions. Do you have one still?
Yeah, you said something about tagging in a message and tagging a photo. Are they the same, or is that different?
Okay, so if I click on this adorable picture of my granddaughters, this goofy thing is still there. I can't get it off.
It is adorable.
I know. I'm trying to get this circle to disappear. There we go. Okay. So if I wanted to tag somebody, see where it says tag photo?
Okay.
To tag the photo, I can just say, I want to tag myself in that picture. So now it comes up and it'll come up in everybody's feed, Jean LaValle was tagged in a picture. And then you can add a location. Where we were at, I could put the date in, and then when I'm done editing, I just click on done editing, and all that comes up in the, so now if you're smart, and this is what I think it was Timothy was saying about tagging, if you're smart, you'll tag more than just a few people in a picture. You know, I don't really care who sees this. This is just like the cutest darn picture in the whole world. So, I put it up there. But if you're, like I said, if you're at an event and, okay, if I'm with Judy and I'm with Tammy and I'm with Dan and we're doing an event at, you know, the Park District, I would tag the Park District, tag Judy, tag Dan, tag Tammy. Now, all of their friends and all the people who are, who like the Park District are going to see that I tagged them in my photo, and there's a possibility they're going to want to come and look at that. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah. It does.
So Judy, in Judy's feed, she has a little thing that says you were tagged in Jean LaValle's. What does it say, Judy? You were tagged in Jean LaValle's comment or something?
Yeah, it just comes up on my wall. And so it came up on my wall, and I commented on it.
Oh, there she did, yeah. And then I liked it. I just think it's so silly. You know, I'm such an old school kind of person. And it's like, I get Facebook so much. Like, I keep in touch with my kids, and we'll do another webinar on groups because it's just an easy, neat way to be able to keep in touch with people. I have my own private group with just my kids are in, and we'll every once in a while throw some stuff in there. But it's, you know, it's a really cool tool for keeping in touch with people, but people get goofy about it. And that's what, you know, Dan and Judy and I are telling you guys. It's like, keep it positive. Don't attract attention to yourself in a negative light. You might think that it's positive for you. Oh, heck, I got burned Homer. I know exactly what you're talking about. I would put up the most innocent, like, thought that just came to my head. Like, why is this happening in our society or something like that? Not criticizing anybody. And boy, oh boy, it was like, oh, you know, you're so racist. You're this, you're that. And I'm like, oh, I'm really not. I'm a nice person. And I really like people. So it just, you know, people get trippy because so much is lost in content. So, you know, just stay as positive as you possibly can.
Jean, one last thing that I wanted to make comment on is on the page that you have up, you have yourself with your kids, your grandkids, I should say. And so that image that people see when they come on your Facebook page also is branding you. Mm-hmm. And if you will open up a tab and type in the following word, Canva, Canva.com.
Is that right?
Yep. So that's a program that I use. It's free, and you can use that program. And what they have is they have templates within that program. It takes a little bit of time in the beginning if you're not used to doing and using tools like this. But once you get the hang of it, you can set up your Facebook banner. And it has the appropriate sizing for it. You can add images. You can put those images in. And so that's what this is the program that I use. I have the free version of it. You don't need to pay for the version. And just use their free version. And I've used this tool to create all my graphics and all for both social media, as well as I now use it to create my graphics for any print material too. It's just, and it stores everything for you. It's really an excellent tool. in your process of branding your image and what you and the message that you want to say to people.
That's awesome, Dan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, you guys, I would write that down, canva.com. Let's see. Willa, are you done with your questions, honey?
I think so. Let me make sure. I think I just heard another comment that that in order for you to see other people's stuff and them to see yours, you need to like.
Yes, like and comment. Even if it's a word, doesn't matter what it is. If it's the word cool or yes, just comment to a lot of people, and they'll see your stuff more often.
Okay.
And also, I would say share things. So when you see that Dan put something up that has to do with nitric oxide therapy or gut health, share that with your people, because that's going to help all of us create this awareness. I can't tell you how many people, they're like, well, what company are you with? I'm like, Synergy Worldwide. They're like, never heard of that. And I'm like, we've got to change that. And I know that a lot of people in Synergy are very exclusive and they don't share a lot of their secrets. I think that's crazy. I think that we need to grow the business as much as we possibly can and obviously help as many people as we can. Dan and I have been doing these webinars for, I think, 5 years. I mean, every Saturday. Dan's here every Saturday. I'm not here every Saturday, but we really just want to see this. We would love to see this webinar get to close to 100 participants, because it's important information, and we don't have a problem sharing on our Saturday morning webinars, because we really want to see, we have a genuine interest in Synergy becoming a household name.
Well, and that very, very much appreciated I'm going to speak for all of the teams.
Well, we have a lot of fun, don't we, Dan?
Yep.
And Judy's been at more webinars than I have been lately, and so that's one of the beautiful things about Synergy. I run a women's networking group here in Chicago, and one of the gals that works for another company didn't make her quotas in a quarter, and they let her go. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do in network marketing. They let you go. So we're very lucky to have the company that we have, and we have to have the support of all, especially all the people who show up on these webinars every Saturday, because I think that the people that are on this webinar are the people who get it, that understand that giving is more important than receiving, and that as long as you're helping a few people, you might as well, if you can help as many people as you can, then you should, not only with their health but with their business.
Hey, Gene, can I say something? I agree. I totally agree with Willa. Thank you guys, Dan and you and Judy, David, too, for all that you guys do for us I guess, in your group, I guess. But, there's one thing that I also want to say to the group is don't post this every post. You'll turn off people so fast.
Don't post. What did you say, Homer? We lost you for a second.
No, what I'm saying is don't make post after post after post about...
Oh, yes. Yeah, don't bombard people.
Exactly, because that will turn people off, and they won't even look at you.
Yeah, and then they'll block you. Facebook won't block you, but I've had people like that. It's like, oh, stop, please. That brings us to another point. It's a good that you brought that up, Homer. 80% of your content that you're putting up on your Facebook page, 80%, you guys, should be adding value to the people who are reading it. It should be something that they want to come to your page to find out what Will is saying today, or what Homer's saying today, or what Dan's saying today. And then sprinkle in 20% of advertising and specials, and why you believe in elite health, stuff like that. If you're selling all the time, no one is going to be interested in reading what you have to say. It'd be like when you pick up those newspapers and the entire thing is ads. You're like, ugh, there's no content here. So make sure that you're putting out good, helpful content to people, and only sell 20% of the time.
And that's on your personal page too. I see a lot of people who just talk about Pro-Arginine on their personal page ad nauseum, And people want to know you,
Mm-hmm.
not just your business.
Again, it all goes back to branding, right, Dan?
Yep.
I try to talk about my results. I don't, I mean, and then people ask me, well, what do you do for that? And then that's when I take them to the messenger and I get more in depth, about nitric oxide therapy or microbiome research or whatever. That way it's not, you're not having a full conversation on your page.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, and Homer, you do things like, oh, I'm with my children this week. I'm traveling, having a great time, and now they're trying to figure out what to feed me. Little hints like that are very telling.
Thank you. I try to be vague, so it's like, it makes people think, well, what's this guy doing? And then, like I said, then I take them to Messenger and I give them a more, in-depth description of, and find out if they're open to, to nitric oxide therapy or the microbiome. And it's been working for me fairly good.
Right.
Does anybody else have any other questions? We're about 10 minutes to the top of the hour. Okay, well, stay tuned. The leaders will be talking, and we'll be deciding, what the next step will be for Facebook. But as I said, the 27th, Vanessa Cabrera, who is a social media guru here in Chicago, I had the good fortune of having her speak at my women's networking group, and she just rocked it. And I asked her if she would please come and take us to the next level with this stuff. So practice all this stuff. Get your your pages up and running, because then going live from your Facebook page can be a valuable thing for you. So, yeah.
The one question I have is on the promote. When you're promoting the page, or is that promoting a special?
Are you talking about from your page when you're promoting?
So you can see that I don't post a lot because I'm at that job, and then when I do post, it's like, so for some reason this little post with the strawberries, that's on my Instagram also, and it's like, it's annoying, and that's not the only thing I want to promote is the strawberries, but that seems to be like, unless I did it and tried to tag it so many times, and that's the only thing that's there.
Right. And Tracy, you may have your Instagram post to automatically post to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So you're posting on Facebook the same thing you're posting on Instagram, and so now it's a double post.
Okay.
I want to show you guys one more thing. Every time I'm here, I see another thing. See this right here, down here?
Yes.
Okay, so if I go here, click on this button, I can like this as...
You can't. It's her page.
Huh?
That's her page, though.
I know, so I can like this as Jean LaValle, and then I can come in here and like it as Global Health Makeover, because I'm the admins for these pages. So Tracy, when you're at your page, you can actually change and like your own post as yourself.
Yes, and you should always like your own posts as somebody different,
not
as yourself. And comment too, because remember, it's about getting engagement. And so if you start commenting, sometimes other people will start commenting, and then Facebook sees that.
All right. So real quickly, can you see where it says the prostate cancer, the Southwest prostate over on the side?
Yeah.
Okay. So last weekend I was at that event, and we had a golf tournament to raise funds for prostate cancer screening.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see a lot of my posts because, well, I'm in a lot of those pictures. And those are pictures that I wanted to bring over.
This is you, right?
Yep, that's me.
So, like, comment, share. Can I tag her, or you have to go and tag yourself?
Yeah, she has to tag herself, but she can share it on her page.
Yeah.
Okay.
See where
Go
you
ahead and share it, and you can decide where you want to share it to, whether you want to share it to your personal page or to your business page.
So, which is the best to do?
Why not just share it to both pages?
Yeah, I do both.
Okay.
And I would share, actually, if it was me, Tracy, I would share from this page onto my business page, and from my business page, then I would share to my personal page.
Yeah, share just like she said.
From their page
to your business page. And
share here.
Business page.
Say something about it and share it on your page. See where it says share on your timeline?
Okay.
You want to share it on your page.
Yeah, and there's a drop down, the drop down menu. Yeah.
So you're going to, because I have so many pages, it gives me another drop down menu. So then you share it there, and then once you then you go to your other page once it's shared there, and then share it on your timeline. So it would be that this time. Always be looking for those drop down menus, guys. It gets a little bit tricky, but it's a lot more simple than you think it is. It's just you got to recognize, oh, there's more behind this, like the 3 little dots and the little drop down arrow like you see right here. There's a drop down arrow. I mean, who knew?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And Willa has a question. Ideas to develop a page name. Willa can be just as simple as Health with Willa.
Yeah.
And you've defined who you are, your mission, and then what I would suggest is that you work on a tagline for yourself.
As in that motto that you had?
Yeah, your tagline is kind of your mission statement. If you go to our Synergy family, our tagline is blessing lives with better health as we build a vibrant network marketing business. And so it allows you, in your mission statement to be able to subdivide, because you can use blessing lives with better health to all your customers. And then for people who are just who have an interest in the business, then you're branding, well, we don't want a network marketing business. We want a vibrant network marketing business. What does that mean? Well, that means that we want to show you how to create marketing strategies to engage people so that you can bless lives with better health. And we'll teach you how to do that. Most other people won't do that for you. You're on your own. Well, we have a Saturday morning group that we do a live presentation that you're more than welcome to come to, and then we record those, and you have the ability to begin to understand how to properly market your business. You need to treat this like a business. We want to make it vibrant. We want to give people really useful information, and you're branding yourself in that whole process to that individual, whether it be just a customer or whether it be also a person who joins you in the business.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you guys definitely invite people to this Saturday morning webinar. The more people we have, the greater we'll create the awareness.
Chris and Deidre, this one is recorded, so we covered a lot of the things that you're asking for. at the beginning of this presentation, so it has been recorded. The recording goes up on Monday, and it is also hosted on our YouTube channel for our Synergy family. So if you go to YouTube on Monday, anytime after 12 noon, and you type in our Synergy family, you can go to our channel on YouTube, and a recording of this Saturday presentation will be up there.
And are all of them archived, or do you have to get it within a week?
No, they're all archived on our Synergy family.
Okay.
And also on the Global Health Makeover website.
Well, I don't know if Bob takes these videos and puts them over onto that platform. I'm not sure. But you can always go to YouTube, our Synergy family, OUR Synergy family, and they're all posted there, archived in a time stream.
And thank you, Deb, for that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Okay, guys, that was a lot, and I'm really happy for the engagement because it makes the webinar so much more enjoyable. If you have a question, most likely everybody else is thinking something like that, so always make sure you speak up. And it is 2 minutes after the top of the hour, so if everybody doesn't have any other questions, Dan and Judy, do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Gina. I appreciate your expertise and your humor and
Oh, I think you could have done this with your eyes shut, and I think Dan could too. But I'm just very happy to be helping people. Just like I said to Homer, when somebody says, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know that," I'm like, "Oh, I have value here." So thank you so much for coming, everyone, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you so much.
bye-bye now.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.